Hey everybody, hope you're all well. We're back in the loft for another project. This time we're going to be working on a farm field right here at the front of the layout. I'll show you in a minute. I want, obviously, Rodeschool, most of the province of Groningen actually is fairly rural, with lots of farmland for, well, potato farming was very common, sugar beets, also cattle. So I'm going to be depicting a little bit of each at the front edge here of the layout. Show you, as I said, I'll show you in the middle. Now potatoes are obviously planted in rows and on little rigs, if you will. So they almost lay on top of the land, and the plants grow on a top ridge. I'm no farmer, so there's probably somebody out there that can explain it much better than I just did, but it's about the simulation of it. So what I'm going to be using again is a trusty Jovi paper clay or paper mache sort of stuff. I'm gonna put it down, roll it out and flat with a rolling pin. Don't tell my wife that I stole it from the kitchen drawer. I'll clean it up before it goes back in. She'll never know unless she sees the video. So use the paper clay, roll it out, and then I'm gonna apply ridges into it. Now in HO scale, ridges are about 8 millimeters apart. So I'll have to measure that out a little bit and then scribe in with something. You know, could also possibly, if you have a comb with various fingers that far apart, you could possibly scribe them in even easier. But I'll figure it out as I go along. So this very much is an experiment. If I don't like it, I'll, the paper clay is slow drying. It takes about 24 to 36 hours to completely harden out. So got plenty of time to take it back up, try again, and see what we get. So let's get started. So here's the area involved right here. This is where we're going to make the potato field. The green patch here is going to be cattle. I'm going to put some sheep on that. We'll just go along with the rest of the landscape. There'll be more farm fields, obviously, because that's the area. But there'll be a couple of structures, houses, roads, waterways. So it's going to be interesting enough. But let's just focus on this bit here. So again, paper clay, bring some out. A couple of big clumps. Again, I'm going to roll this out quite thin. That'll be enough for now. Let's see how far we get with this. Put it down. I'm just pressing it down for a minute. There we go. Let's grab the rolling pin. It's a nice glass one. There we go. Start to stick to it, so I think what I'll have to do is make it wet. Then it won't stick so much, I think. We're gonna have a look. Let's see what the result of that is. So the field's prepared, evened out as much as possible. I did have to use a few more styrene tools that I also did for the road, but just using a piece of styrene and smoothing it out, the initial surface out. So I've been experimenting a little bit, and I found another method to scribe the field, and that's by using a bread knife. Now the distance of the corrugations on here is not quite the distance I'd like, but it's better than nothing, so I'm gonna give this a try and see how that works out. So let me just adjust the camera so you can see better. So here we are. The base of the farm field is made. You can see the slight ridges that I've managed to create in it with using the bread knife, and sprinkled dirt over it. Used the diluted white glue method to glue it down, which has darkened the soil down a little bit, but it's actually not a bad color. So my next step in this process, which is probably going to be a bit of a long one to do, is to try and put on vegetation, or in other words the crops. In this case I'm going to try to turn it into a potato field, so lots of rows with small plants, lots of greenery. So continuing the farm field with modeling clay, or modeling paper mache. I've made a couple of mounds as well, and I glued them down and dried them up. These are going to represent mounds of potatoes that have just been harvested but not yet collected. So glue that down, and First off, I'm going to be applying some glue over the top of all of them, and I'm going to put a little bit ground cover first, the same as on the field itself. So that it gets the same base color. I'm just putting some wood glue over the surface. The same Scenery Express soil material as that is down on the field itself. I'm just going to sprinkle that carefully with my fingers. There we go. And also put it all over the mound. Again, this is just to get a base color of earth beneath it. Slight mist of water to make it all soak, and you'll see immediately it turns into the same color as the field. So after 10 minutes or so, I applied a bit more wet water, and now we're going to carefully drop on some diluted white glue to really secure it in. Again, as you can see, there's no surface tension in what I'm applying. It's very thinly diluted in this case anyway. Okay, that's enough of that. For now anyway. The next thing is the actual potatoes. Now for that, I'm going to use Duela potatoes in 8 scale. The Dutch word for them are aardappelen, earth apples basically, is how it translates. And this is actually enough to fill a load in one wagon, but I'm just going to use it over the top of these earth mounds. I'm going to very carefully sprinkle them on. Let the first layer stick to what we have here, and then we'll add more later. As you can see, they do stick, but they are heavier. So I'm going to brush them into the mounds in a moment, all those that roll away. There we go, enough for now. And carefully brush them up against the mound and work them in with the mud, because potatoes never clean when they first come off the field. Starting to look okay. I think we'll need to apply a little bit more glue in places, and then we'll add a little bit more. And finally, we'll sprinkle on a little bit more mud, tiny little bits, again because potatoes are never clean when they first get off the field. There we go. And we'll let all that dry and see what it looks like once the glue is set. So here's the end result, and I must admit that it looks quite good. Potatoes, the material has nice shape, and yeah, I'm happy how it ended up. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.